Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic and the Season of Mastery. We are headed out of South Shore today. We're going to check along the river for some turtles, for soothing turtle meat, right after we kite these guys towards South Shore, because around South Shore I found out are Shadowy Assassins, and they are basically everywhere. And we've been running into them a lot, although I'm not sure what quest they're for or anything like that. Maybe we can run to this guy down here. Now, he's got his own Shadowy Assassin problems. There we go. We seem to have dropped them. We're going to have to be careful. Let's get out of here just a little ways. And then we'll eat. Yeah, we're going to work on some turtle meat, and then we're going to head over to the Goshek farm. We have hints of a new plague. And we have some scouts out there that we need to meet with. I think they're night elves, or maybe one of them is a night elf. Can't really be sure. Yep, we were going to do the same thing, so good job. Good job for preempting us. We might not be getting many turtles right now. I think we want to start heading to the east in a minute. Let's grab this one. Yeah, I think we're going to want to head due east here. I'm pretty sure the Goshek farm is south the road right before the border with Arathi. So let's see if we can generally head in that direction, and on the way maybe we will do some herbing if anything interesting pops up on the minimap. I did buy some leaded vials, so we were able to make some healing potions. We have 6 health pots now. I also have some strong troll's blood that I'll probably pop when we start doing our next set of quests. I need bruiseweed, but you know what I need more than that is steel bloom. King's blood will do. I can maybe get a skill up off of King's blood, not so much off of bruiseweed anymore. But yeah, I really need Wild Steel Bloom and Strangle Kelp if I want to be getting consistent skill ups from our alchemy. I've been pretty happy with herbalism and alchemy so far. Honestly, there have been many situations where I don't know how we would have survived or gotten by without having potions. Granted, I could buy potions on the auction house, I'm sure of it, but that's going to cost money, and we have to learn our level 32 skills, which is probably going to take all 15 gold that we've managed to amass. Which will be kind of depressing. I was thinking, hey, we're starting to make headway towards our mount gold, but we're not because we have so much money. It's basically a gold per ability rank at this point, and it's only getting more expensive as time goes on. So there's that. This is the Nethander Stead. That was not the Goshek farm, so maybe the Goshek farm is up to the north. Is the Goshek farm not even in Hillsbrad? Is the Goshek farm... Yeah, see, if I was reading the full quest as opposed to just the description, the Goshek farm is out in the Arathi Highlands. Okay, we can do that. We can get out there. The thing is, we also have a quest to do at Northfold Manor. So maybe we'll just pair these up. We can go to Northfold Manor up here. We can turn that in back at Refuge Point, and then Goshek Farm. I had the area of the zone right, I think. I just had the zone wrong. Yeah, it's not in Hillsbrad. I think I just read, you know, the word Hillsbrad in the quest, and I assumed, but it says Arathi Highlands again here. Sometimes I will read a quest, and for anybody who's kind of read stuff out loud or sight-read things to a group, you can read something and then not absorb anything that you just read. It's entirely possible to perfectly enunciate every sentence of a piece of reading and not absorb any of it. In fact, the harder that you focus on trying to speak words correctly when you're reading, the less, at least for me, that I'll actually absorb in that first read through. The Northfold Manor is somewhere right here in this dead zone on the map, but yeah, a level 39 fire elemental, not fun. If we have to pop a potion to live here, we're going to, but I'm hoping that we just get away. There we go. And what are we looking for here? Let me see. Northfold Manor. We're just killing people. Perfect. Well, let's go into our proper stance. I would love to find another player doing this quest, but I don't know what the chances are of that. The chances are not good. There are not a lot of Alliance people questing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the Arathi Highlands, as it turns out. So that's going to make for kind of a long kill quest. We've gotten lucky with some of our most recent kill quests, and we've been able to run into other players and gotten into groups, and just kind of had a grand old time killing things really rapidly. But that's not going to happen here when we have to kill 16 guys solo. The good news is I tidied up our inventory quite a bit. We still don't have a ton of space. I need to bank some stuff. Obviously, I'm kind of becoming a little bit of a pack rat. And part of inventory management is knowing when you need to drop some stuff in the bank, which I desperately need to do. We don't need Pathstalkers at all, we need Highwaymen and Mercenaries. How many people did I just aggro with that little maneuver? That's the real question. Alright, so at least 2. There we go. Should have saved up my rage for sweeping strikes here. Let's see if we can get this going. Put down a hamstring so he doesn't run away. Alright, yeah, and then when we get over to this guy, he's basically dead. So sweeping strikes plus a rend on a secondary target allows us to easily take out a secondary target. We just need to save up that initial 30 and get sweeping strikes going right away after we get our rends up. Didn't even lose too much health on that one, so yeah, good times. The interesting thing is, I think I was just here on maybe my Blood Elf Paladin doing the same quest. Maybe it wasn't the Paladin. But I do feel like I've done this rather recently. Maybe it was the Undead Mage that we went back and did a couple episodes on. That could have went a little smoother, but we got through it and we didn't even have to use a potion, so I'm not going to complain too much. Let's eat some bread. We could go into these buildings, but they seem more like a liability than anything else. It's not like we're going to find anything really, really cool in there, even if we fight our way in, so... kind of thinking that we just stay outside for now and get the enemies we can on the outside. If we clear everything on the outside and we still need stuff, maybe then we will investigate the interiors, but they don't really give us a good reason to investigate the interiors. You don't ever find any cool loot or anything of that nature. Alright, let's go 30 rage. Let's do it. We've got a guy in stealth over here to our right. That should be okay. One last hit. There we go. That's all we needed was one last hit. We'll get a quick bandage and we need to make more bandages. We can level it up to 225 now, but we're only at green for skill up percentage, so... chances of getting a skill up off of something that's green is not incredibly high. And we have to get to 180 before we can use any of our silk. I'm wondering if there's like an intermediary thing I could be making that I don't know about. But yeah, for now I'm just going to focus on trying to get this to 180. So we can learn... oh, this is heavy silk. Okay, so I bet now that I have access to these ranks, maybe I can just go to any first aid trainer and learn the regular silk bandage? Is that how it works? I guess I should investigate that a little bit. It would be a good idea. Alright, now all we need are highwaymen, which I think are going to be all in stealth. And mainly they're going to be around the outskirts of the camp, like this fine fellow here. Of course he tries to run as soon as I am one-handing my coffee and keyboard turning with my other hand. Because that is how professionals do it. We could probably stand to eat a little bit. I could charge in, but let's not do anything too risky. If I eat to full, I could probably just pull both of these guys together. And there we go, there's 10 out of 10. Fade leaf, fade leaf. I probably can't pick this up. Oh, I can, and it's orange, so maybe even a guaranteed skill up off of this. I don't have any alchemy recipes that require fade leaf yet. But I'm sure that will change. I probably need an herbalist bag, because I think the herbalist bag have more slots, but obviously the trade-off is that you can only put herbs in them. I definitely have enough herbs to warrant having an herbalism bag. And yeah, we're probably going to have to think about that soonish. Alright, let's get ourselves down to Refuge Point. We will turn this one in really quickly, and then we'll head out to where I do believe the Goshek farm can be found, here in the Arathi Highlands, not in Hillsbrad. I don't think I have any raptor quest yet, or anything like that. We have Witherbark, which are going to be down here in the bottom corner. Again, I've been here recently, that's why I remember this. I was here on some character recently killing Witherbark trolls. I feel like it was the Blood Elf Paladin, but these are Alliance quests unless there are duplicates of these quests in Hammerfall, which there very well could be. I guess also at some point I didn't notice, but we did hit level 33. I'm kind of notorious for never noticing when we level up. Which is great. We can now start going into Tactical Mastery. This is going to help us retain Rage when we change stances. And we do a lot of stance dancing, especially when we're in dungeons. Because we like to start off with our charge, do a couple things, and then pop into defensive stance. There's also times when we are in defensive stance that I want to pop out. And I want to do things like throw up a hamstring or something like that. So this is going to help us a lot, I think. After this, we can grab Anger Management, which increases the time required for our rage to decay when out of combat. I don't know if we're going to go full points into this. We're going to keep progressing down our tree and then probably circle back for it. But we're going to get it now because we're trying to push down probably into what? Polearm specialization? Now, do axes count as polearms? Or is this something different? I guess it just must be something different. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think we're going here, and I'd love some feedback on this. There are no pole arms. At least we don't have them. Yeah, I don't know about this. I'll have to look into this. Either way, our eventual goal is to get Mortal Strike as early on as we can. Let's go over here and turn this into Captain Niles.
Well met.
Very good. With the deaths of those syndicate members, we should have an easier time receiving supplies from South Shore. The Syndicate and Stromgarde do battle with our contingent of militia there. In order to urge the rabble to fight our more disciplined troops, the Syndicate leaders have placed a bounty on our soldiers, awarding gold for each Stromgarde badge gathered off killed militiamen. We want those badges retrieved. We cannot allow the cutthroats to take trophies from our brave fallen. Enter the Syndicate-controlled area of Stromgarde and hunt them for our badges. There we go.
Safe travels.
There's our first elite quest to go into Stromgarde. It's not something we're going to be doing yet. But it's there nonetheless. I see a wanted poster, barely. I'm not really sure where these guys are at. I'll have to look into that.
You need something?
Do we have anything we need to sell? Alright, that should be good.
Have a good one.
And we need to head this way. We are headed over to the Goshek farm. We're going to take our chances with the raptors, and we're going to try to avoid pulling the level 39 air elemental over there. There are a lot of freaking raptors here. The Debris farmstead. Okay, we're never going to not be dazed, apparently. And there's Fosrook. I feel like maybe this road is going to take us near the farm. Hammerfall is up to the northeast. We're not going that way. Or at least not that far that way. I can't remember though if the farm is north or south of the road. I guess we're going to find out in a second. It's probably this down here. Let's angle ourselves this way. And we'll find out. Yeah, here's the Goshek farm, and somewhere over here we have some Alliance members who want us to talk to them. They don't seem to care about the orcs that are nearby, and the orcs don't seem to care about them very much. We have Quay and Kinlori.
Can I help you?
Try and stay as quiet as possible, traveler. Orcs don't take too well to being spied on, and there is more to this farm than meets the eye. So, Finn sent you to check on us. Not surprised, he worries too much. We've been watching the farm for days, and Kin claims she saw a courier come out of that small house to the south not long ago. She talks a lot, but I can always trust her senses when we are in a dangerous area. You wouldn't happen to be a skilled tracker, would you? We think the courier might be carrying notes to Terran Mill. If we could get our hands on those documents, it might shed some light on what's happening in Hillsbrad.
See you around.
The Forsaken Courier is a little bit higher level than us. I've seen the Forsaken Courier, but I don't think it's something we can actually take on yet. We could ask. That is about all we can do. And I guess we'll just head back to Refuge Point. Unless we get a ping from somebody telling us that they know where the courier is at. Alright, we've got a group together. We've been waiting for quite some time for the Forsaken Courier just back at their spawn point. One of our group mates is pretty far off to the west, though. But I guess we're just going in here. I want to get some rage and do sweeping strikes, but it may not be happening. Do a little bit of cleave instead. Didn't see the courier spawn and all that, though. There were a lot of bodyguards. Oh, there we go. Sealed folder. That was what we needed. Alright, perfect. And I'm guessing this turns in back to the guys that we took the quest from over here, right? I'm gonna run over here and check. Yeah, there we go.
Hey there.
This is interesting. Seems Apothecary Jorel has been working on some deadly experiments here at Goshek. Not sure what that has to do with Hillsbred, but Finn wouldn't like it if we let it continue. We had a run-in with some orcs while you were gone, and I'm not in good enough shape to help Kinleroy. If you're up for it, she's gonna need some protection. Oh, we should have stayed in the group. It's an escort quest. Oh god, these are so annoying. Yeah, we saw her walk away. Now we have to literally wait until someone else finishes it in order for us to be able to start it. So, yeah. That's fun. That could take 20 or 30 more minutes depending on how long it takes this next person to do the escort quest. I guess I'm going to stand here and wait for a bit and just see what becomes of it. I've found trying to do any escort quest in the Season of Mastery incredibly annoying. So, no guarantees that we're actually going to do this. If I don't decide to do this, what are we going to do? That is a good question. I need to follow up on this. I need to get myself over to Dustwallow. We have a warrior quest that is on an island north of Ratchet. So if I get over to Dustwallow, that puts us in a pretty good position to be able to do this quest as well. And we can continue with the missing diplomat line. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit, see what happens, but those quests are probably the next ones we're going to tackle. Just a matter of getting over to Menethil Harbor and taking a ship to Theramore. Well, the escort quest wasn't something that was working out solo, so I did what I said and I've taken us over to Dustwallow Marsh. So we're in Theramore right now. We have the missing diplomat to follow up on here, so let's go inside the keep, follow up on this, and see what comes next in this chain. This chain has been going on for a very long time. It started at the end of Deadmines, basically, so around level 19, and it's been going on ever since. I'd like to see it come to some kind of culmination here. And then after this, I have to run us out of Dustwallow into the Barrens and up by Ratchet, because we have a warrior quest we have to do there, and it's on an island south of Ratchet. Which makes things really easy for Horde warriors and not so easy for Alliance warriors.
What can I do for you?
A pleasure to meet you. I am Commander Samuel. I'm in charge of Miss Proudmoore's forces here in Theramore, although I'm quite busy. If you have any questions, please feel free to speak up. I might have to keep it short, but there's no reason for me to be rude if you need my help. Handel? Yes, I know the man. But why would you need one of my soldiers? Elling sent you to find him? I don't like the sound of that. Elling wouldn't have you come to me first if your business wasn't troubling. I understand if you can't tell me what this is about, but know this. I have a duty to protect these lands. If you're going to cause a disturbance, then I suggest you inform me of whatever you can. I believe Hendel was stationed at the first tower outside of Theramore. Be cautious.
Be careful.
Okay, apparently we can head out there safely. So that could be something we do on the way into the Barrens. I'm not looking forward to the really long run out of Dustswallow up to the Barrens and around to Ratchet, but it's gonna have to be done. And the warrior quest is already green, so I've probably put it off just about as long as I can. And now we're gonna have to try to take care of it. Let's head out to Sentry Point first and see if we can get anything done there. I don't think I want to grab any of the quest here. I can't imagine there's too much that we can do at level 32.
You need something?
Yeah, I'm not going to bother with this right now. I don't plan to quest here right now. I think at level like 38, maybe then we could come back and do some of the quests that are in this zone. But I'm not really sure as Alliance like how much there is for us to do. Haven't really quested here a lot on Alliance side. It's a cool zone, I really like it a lot aesthetically, but I've definitely done more questing here for the Horde than I ever have for the Alliance. Kinda hoping this tower up here on the left is gonna be Sentry Point. They did say the first tower out of town. I don't know what level the local wildlife is, so I'm kinda worried about going much further than this. Alright, Sentry Point explored. Alright, we have a turn in here. Archmage Turvash.
What can I do for you?
The man you seek, the one known as Hendel, is not here. Other sources have brought to Lady Proudmoore information I believe you already know. She has asked me to find you and give you aid in your venture, if you would allow it. I will tell you where to find Private Hendel so we can bring him to justice. Private Hendel is to the west of here. He's currently on guard duty protecting some of Theramore's infiltrators while they rest. They've been keeping tabs on the Horde base, Brackenwall, and looking for anything else that might threaten our borders. You should have no problem finding him, just look for the tents along the road. I have another matter to attend to, but I shall catch up to you soon enough. You can always find me in the Lady Proudmoore's tower if you have any problems. To the west, look for tents along the road.
Be careful.
Alright. That we can do. I mean, we have to head west for a very long time anyway just to get into the Barrens, so... And we'll see if we can avoid getting killed by anything along the way. The quests that are over at Witch Hill, those are probably good for Alliance or Horde, but again, I think they're more for characters closer to level 38. We are certainly not there yet. But by how fast we've been leveling, we might be there sooner than we expect. Yeah, and the bad thing is we have to go up here, and then we have to come all the way down, so we don't even really have a straight shot. You look at where Theramore is, and you think, I could have a straight shot at that. You really don't want to cut across all of that. Firstly, you gotta swim across the water, which is probably full of enemies. And then you gotta cut across this stretch of land, which is probably also gonna be full of enemies. Haven't seen any tents yet. Haven't seen any tents. Although they could mean all the way to the west, as in all the way on the actual border, so if we don't find any tents soon, I'm not going to panic, we're just going to keep going. And here is North Point Tower, which is also not a bunch of tents. Oh, here we go. Apparently they were kind enough to mark it on our minimap. They could have said near North Point Tower. That would have been a good landmark to put in the quest. Hello, citizen. This is a dangerous place to be wandering about. I wouldn't hang around too long if you value your life. If you keep your questions short, I'll see if I can help you. Just keep your eyes open for any of those filthy ogres. Rumor has it, there's a horde base somewhere in the swamps. The infiltrators are doing what they can to find it, but the process has been slow going and we've had little progress. What? You come here accusing me of allying with the Defias? And think I'll just stand here while you insult me? Something tells me you've had this coming for a long time. Oh boy. Okay, well we've got all of our cooldowns. Should be good. Okay. Didn't really expect all of these guys to jump in. It's fine. Well, we defeated him, which is good. I should probably have used this time to bandage a little bit. We did get our heavy silk bandages at last. Something's going on here. They are capturing this guy. Why don't we deal with you now, Hendel? Lady Proudmoore will speak to you back in the tower. I apologize for taking so long to get here. I wanted Lady Proudmoore to be present also. Oh, there she is.
I'm trying to think here.
We can only stay a few moments before returning to the tower. If you wish to speak with us, you may find us there. That's actually really cool.
Ishnu Allah.
That she actually
Welcome
shows
to
up.
Fairlawn.
Look at that.
Have you come to help the Alliance?
Alright, well, that was cool. I assure you, we're all quite upset about the current events, but allow us to take him back to Theramore for some questioning, and we'll see about finding the king. I'm sure my Lady Proudmoore would like to thank you for your help. Speak to her when you have a moment.
For the Alliance.
Let's speak to her now before she vanishes. Let's take this and I'll read it in the log. I don't want her to disappear and not be able to get it. Where are they going to put this one? So we have the Seal of Rin, we have Jaina's ring. I like all the stamina on that. We're going to replace our blood ring with that, so we get 3 strength and 7 stamina. Did she not give us a follow-up quest?
Well met.
Could have swore that she did. Maybe that was the completion. That's what happens when I panic and I click stuff, because I don't want NPCs to vanish on me. Farewell! Yeah, farewell. Yeah, okay, I guess that's it for now, guys. I guess that's the end of that. It seems like kind of a weird place to leave it. But that's in fact what's happening, so I am now going to try to get us over to the island where we will do our warrior quest. And I'll cut out some of the traveling here since we don't plan to do anything else along the way. Alright, we've arrived here in the town of Ratchet, and we're looking for an island that is south of Ratchet. And the other thing I thought about is maybe when we're done with this, we could actually take the boat, I believe, to Booty Bay. Let's see, is there anybody we can talk to?
What's up?
Yeah, this would get us to Booty Bay, and we have a quest to turn in Booty Bay that we completed in Nomergon. And having the Booty Bay flight point would probably just be a good idea in general. I have no idea exactly where we're going, but I'm kind of aiming for this island way, way, way out here. I mean, it is south of Ratchet. Obviously, there's land south of Ratchet. This would be more to the southeast. But they aren't very good at being overly specific. Might have been faster to take a land route, but either way we would have had to then come out here and swim back to the northeast. So I'm just hoping that this works out and it can actually get us to the island. That being said, we might get run over by a ship. We're going to. Okay, that was one of the weirdest things I've ever had happen in WoW. Let's be clear. I think I could see the buildings of the island from here, so yeah, I do think we are headed the right way.
I've been expecting it.
It's interesting that these Taurans speak our language. Very interesting. Alright, let's make a beeline for the island here. That is a pretty deep rift. You can't even really see the bottom of it. I wonder if we can get down there and actually see what was down there before we drown. Oh, we're getting fatigued. Oh, good. You know what? We need to be over here. We need to be in this strip of water that is not so dark, I think. I hope we can get there in time. I'm not really sure how fast you die when you are fatigued or what exactly happens. But this could end up being really inconvenient. Maybe we just shimmy on back to swimmable waters here. Alright, the fatigue bar is going back up. Yeah, there's clearly a shallows that we're supposed to navigate. Right over here. You can't see it on the overworld map, but once you look at the mini-map, it is pretty apparent where they want us to go. In other words, they didn't want us swimming over the giant bottomless rift.
Hey there.
Hello warrior, it's good to see you made it to Frey Island. I hope you find it to your liking.
See you later.
If you want to learn from me, then you must first pass the Affray. It is a challenge we on Frey Island like to offer rising warriors who think they're tough, and if you can pass this test, then I'll know you are. To begin with, walk into the middle of that crowd yonder and step on the grate. That'll tell Twiggy Flathead you're ready, and he'll send challengers against you. Beat all the challengers and he'll call out Big Will. Kill Big Will and return to me. It's like they're willing to throw their friends' lives away just to see if a random warrior will pass a test. Just kill him. Oh yeah, Big Will. Me and him go back a long way. Been here a long time training and testing warriors. You kill him, okay? And then come back to me.
Be careful.
So much killing. Like, does it have to be killing? Can't we just defeat him? Isn't that a thing we can do? We really just have to murder this guy to learn Berserker stance? Maybe I don't want it. I also enjoy that they all laugh maniacally upon occasion. I don't know why that guy's running off. That was a little weird. I don't think I did anything that would have feared him. I don't know if he can get afraid just all on his own, or what exactly happened there. Yeah, I think they're just getting afraid all on their own. Maybe it's something that's supposed to allow us time to bandage or to heal and recover. I'm not really sure. We're going to use it to bandage. Even though it didn't really seem essential that we do that. Oh, it's also a timing thing, so if he stays away, they're going to summon the next guy, and then suddenly we're fighting two if we don't hunt them down. Big Will, come on down. Alright, here's Big Will. Oh, he would have let us get a charge in. He was waiting for us to make the first move. Oh well. Don't think we need to pop a potion. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be okay. There we go. We killed Big Will. We killed everybody. I hope everybody's happy at all the killing we've done. I'm probably the only one who's not.
You need something?
Well done, you've passed the affray. You are a worthy warrior and I am honored to teach you. That's all you have to do to be a worthy warrior is just murder people who are a lower level than you? Doesn't really make sense. The Wind Watcher. Now that you've learned your berserker stance, you'll want a nice weapon to use it with. Or to use with it even. No, to use it with. Okay, it's fine. Talk to Bathra, the Wind Watcher, a troll hermit who lives between the Alterac Mountains and the Western Plaguelands. He is a skilled weapon maker and a powerful shaman. To find Bathra, go to the river that flows along Terran Mill's eastern flank. Follow it north. Bathra is camped near the ruins that rest along the river's eastern bank. Okay, sure.
Have a good one.
I don't know if we'll ever do that. Not really in the market for a weapon at the moment. And that looks like it's going to be a lower level quest. Maybe we'll do it just for some flavor. I don't really find the warrior class lore that interesting because, you know, so far it's just about murdering people. But yeah, maybe we will take a look at that at some point. Wow. Okay, so don't stand on the grate, okay? If you stand on the grate, you're going to spawn people, even if you're not doing the quest. Alright, this guy's got it. Yeah, from here, guys, it's really, there's a lot of different things that we could do. What I want to do is I want to get back over to Ratchet, and I'm going to take the boat out to Booty Bay, mainly to turn in the quest we have out there, and also to get the flight point. Pretty sure we'd be able to fly there from anywhere on the Eastern Kingdom, so I'm going to do that, but I will call it here for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me and for all the support you've given the series. I really do appreciate it. It does mean the world to me. So take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back somewhere in Azeroth really soon. Bye now.